want to bring in now Sudha David-Wilp. He is director of the Berlin office of the German Marshall Fund. I think it's a good time right now to think about how this is being viewed in European capitals. What are they thinking about the complexion of what this next German government may look like?
Yes, hi, Paula. I think European partners are looking to see that Friedrich Merz, who's poised to be Germany's next chancellor, can form a stable majority because Germany has basically been missing from the table when it comes to keeping Europe competitive as it faces a rising China and more protectionism from the United States, the war against Ukraine by Russia, and of course, uncertainty in the transatlantic relationship. So European partners such as France and Poland are looking for more leadership when it comes to Germany. And that is going to be key for the next German government as it tries to deal with next generation reforms and making Germany fit for leadership.
And yet top of mind needs to be those next generation reforms, as you call them, and something Germans want. You say that Germany has to retake its seat at the table. And yet if this coalition building gets messy in the next few weeks, how much at risk does that put European goals, especially when it comes to the larger economy in Europe, but of course also the conflict with Russia?
Yes, I think there was a lot of lessons learned from the last government that collapsed in November. A three-way tie-up among parties is quite unwieldy, and it invariably led to a lot of infighting and decisions that couldn't be agreed upon based on the budget. What I think will happen during coalition talks will be that Germany is going to have to grapple with its constitutional debt brake, because all these decisions require money, and Germany is Europe's largest economy. And investment is needed from Berlin when it comes to innovation for Europe to be a global economic leader, and also military spending to make sure that Germany keeps the 2% or actually even more in terms of NATO spending, because 2% is now the floor rather than the ceiling. And so for all these reasons, I do believe the next German government knows that it's now or never. In order for Europe to remain a capable global actor, Germany needs to make those tough decisions. And whether that's a two-party coalition or a three-party coalition, there can't be any more waffling on the part of Berlin.
Yeah, you wonder, though, who is listening at this point in time. We've already just seen on our air some of the squabbles that will begin. Just stay with me for a second, Sudha, if you will. We do want to take a closer look at these exit polls. Now, according to ARD, we want to round the results up here. It's 28.9% for the CDU. The AfD, that far-right party, getting 19.9%, pretty much in line with expectations. The SPD kind of underperforming here at 16.2%. The Greens, 13%. Quite a formidable party, as you can see there. This is a bit of a surprise. Certainly, the left-leaning party, Die Linke, at 8.5%, the FDP 4.9%, the BSW at 4.8%. And Sudha, I will deal first with this issue of how well that the far left, we'll call it, party, Die Linke, has actually done at 8.5%. Do you believe this will be consequential? They're obviously way above the 5% threshold in order to have representation in the Bundestag.
Well, the Linke is really the surprise story of this year's election. Many people left that party and thought it was sort of dead because of infighting beforehand. But it really had a last-minute surge with a very charismatic leader, a young, fresh face in the name of Heidi Reicheneck, who was able to push the Linke well above 5%. Now, this will be a strong opposition party in the Bundestag, to, of course, also drown out the opposition of the AfD, which doubled its support since the last election to reach nearly 20%. So I think it's also interesting to see, this is also a consequence of Angela Merkel's many tenures with the Grand Coalition, with the CDU conservatives and the SPD coming together, which left a lot of room for the fringes, both on the left and the right. So we see the weakening of establishment parties in Germany and a furthering of political fragmentation in the political landscape.
Yeah, and it is that fragmentation and polarization that we've seen in so many different democracies that does lead to tougher governing ahead. Sudha David-Wilp, we thank you for your snap analysis there. Really appreciate it.